Welcome to Gap Inc.
To enroll during the quarterly enrollment periods, go to www.etrade.com/enroll. You will need the Gap stock symbol, GPS, your last name, and your employee ID.
You have your high-pressure air tank on the end.
For those paintballers ready to take it to the next level.
All you gotta do is pull the trigger.
One left! We're gonna go strong side right.
This isn't just a regular day of paintball.
Make a concerted push to take this bunker here.
This is not your typical spa experience. The Simply Beautiful Mineral Body Wrap starts with stripping down and weighing in.
Go for it, Tracy. Oh, the tilt happens.
In 1 hour, the number on the scale won't shrink. What will, says salon owner Michelle Miller, is body size.
But this is not a weight loss wrap. This is a wrap that's going to change the way you look and feel.
So we come back in the same spot after.
Producer Jessica Ayala and I are marked and measured by a trained technician. Then we are wound up, tight.
We wrap you in about 20 to 25 ACE bandages that are soaked in an all-natural, food-grade mineral solution. So the body absorbs all of those minerals and takes them in. And there's actually an exchange that occurs. Impurities that are stored in the fat cells get released and the minerals come in. So then we can pack the fat cells.
We're told the impurities will come out in the bathroom over the next few days. There's no sweating involved. In fact, the very snug bandages are soaked a few times in cool mineral solution. So Jessica and I are moving around more to keep warm. And the liquid we're being basted with, Michelle says, is a proven and safe mixture of minerals used for body wraps for more than 40 years. Getting rid of toxins stored in fat can bring better energy and health. Manuel Villacorta agrees with that, but the registered dietitian and expert in weight loss is skeptical our body wraps will take off inches.
I don't see that happening. It's just, and I don't see that to be science-based. A fat cell can only shrink one way is by losing fat. And the only way to lose fat is to eat less.
But in 1 hour, the moment of truth.
Right back here, you lost 3/8 of an inch, which is great. Right here in the pelvic bone, right down here as we start to get into this lower region, you lost 6/8 of an inch.
Jessica, who's already pretty petite, measures in with 9 inches lost. And as for me?
So above and below the bra line, you lost almost a whole inch, 6/8 to be exact.
So I lost an inch here.
Yeah, you did. You did really well. Your body responded well to the
I must
minerals.
have had a lot of junk in the trunk.
7 inches gone all around. But Manuel says don't get too excited.
To lose 7 inches of mass, you will have to lose about 40 pounds of weight.
So how do you explain my 7 inches?
Water loss.
He says the inches will creep back immediately. Michelle disagrees. She claims the inches will stay off for 2 to 4 months, depending on diet and lifestyle. There are no medical studies to settle this dispute. So it's up to the consumer to decide if the initial surprise of losing those inches, for however long they stay off, are worth spending $120 and up.
When's the last time you saw this? Made in California. It's the label of Golden Bear Sportswear. The San Francisco company says sales of its leather and wool jackets are roaring back to life.
Our volume is starting to pick up again, and we're seeing a revival.
Golden Bear is stitching a profit on high-end hand-cut jackets made mostly in San Francisco. The company does 3/4 of its manufacturing in this Potrero Hill factory and imports the rest. In the last 2 years, it's discovered young new customers who will pay hundreds of dollars for one-of-a-kind sportswear.
They approach us and they want a certain look, a certain logo, a certain brand, a certain feel, something that distinguishes them from other retailers.
Manufacturing is making a big comeback for the first time in years, not just here at Golden Bear Sportswear, but also in the Bay Area and nationwide. Bay Area economist John Haveman.
It really fell off a cliff. Employment in manufacturing really dropped severely. And so what we're doing now, what we're seeing now is a little bit of making up ground.
In the Bay Area, manufacturing jobs make up 9% of the workforce. That's not all high-tech. Golden Bear employs about 20 people and pays more than the city's $10.25 an hour minimum wage. Annabelle Candy Company in Hayward employs 60 to 70 people, depending on the season, and pays production workers an average $16.50 to $17 an hour. Annabelle's, a 62-year-old family-owned company, thrives on 5 kinds of candy, like Rocky Road, Big Hunk, and Abba Zaba. President and CEO Susan Gamson-Carl.
Our sales in the last year have increased by about 5%. Our goal is to branch out from being a mostly West Coast company, Western United States company, to be more national.
Annabelle's chooses not to employ cheaper labor overseas. The company tried it before.
We found that the quality control was lacking, so we closed that plant.
And focused on running more efficiently in order to stay in the Bay Area. Annabelle's installed a solar roof to save millions of dollars in electricity bills over the next quarter-century.
I constantly get calls from business bureaus in other states that are a little more business-friendly to consider moving there, and I haven't, and I have no intention of doing that. We're a California company. We support California.
While the resurgence of American manufacturing jobs is sweet in the short term, expect a sour long term with the rise in automation. Economists say get ready for another rocky road. In Hayward, Sharon Chin, CBS 5.